Today we are joined by a special guest. Beaumont native and author Calvin Denson is here to talk about his latest book called Tree and how you can have a chance to meet him tomorrow. Obviously, Calvin is really excited and proud of this book. How you doing?
I'm okay.
So first of all, this is one book in a trilogy. So talk to us about the theme of this trilogy.
The theme of this trilogy started with Autumn. My first book, it's about a girl who gave her life to Christ after going through some hardships in life. And after you read Autumn, I really want to read it or hate Tree guts, really. So I say, all right, Autumn is about a girl, so now it's time to write for us men, and I wrote Tree.
All right, so give us a little insight about Tree. Why are we gonna hate Tree's guts?
Because Tree does Autumn bad, and I wrote Autumn for 13 years and up because I wanted girls to know what men would do to them at a certain age, only if you let them. So I picked up with Tree, and Tree is about you can't change for nobody else but yourself. All through Tree, he wants to change for his friends, his mom, his sister. It ain't until he starts to want to change for himself things start to happen in his life.
Now, what inspired you to write these books?
Actually, I was riding home from work one day and I said, I'm gonna write a book.
What? It was just that simple, huh?
And I went home and wrote the first chapter, which became the introduction to Autumn. That's just how it happened.
How long did it take you?
Autumn took me actually 1 year to write. Tree took me 18 months to write. And my book, Grace, took me 8 months to write.
Now, why do you think Tree took a little longer? You said this is from the male perspective. Do you think it was because you were doing a little soul searching while writing about Tree?
When I wrote Tree, my mom had just passed away, and I think that's why Tree is selling so well, because it's at like 500 copies in just a month and a half.
Wow.
And I believe it's selling so well because it's not about pain, but I think the hurt and pain from my mom and focusedness and dedication, which after her passing, I just indulged in the writing, and I guess I detailed and painted a picture so good off my hurt.
That people can relate to.
That people can relate to, yes ma'am.
So let's talk about how folks can meet you and get their hands on this book.
Tomorrow I'll be at Barnes & Noble's from 2 to 5 p.m. Parkdale Mall, where I'm pointing. Parkdale Mall, Beaumont, Texas, for all those who want to come meet me, get a signed copy, and just talk about what your adventures is in life or what you desire and dreams is, because I love to hear what people got to say and get feedback because it pushes me to keep writing.
And so for people who do come and pick up the book, what do you want them to take away from your novel?
I want them to take away from my novel to never give up on yourself. People may give up on you, but don't never give up on yourself. And if you don't believe me, look at me. My mom was a very strong woman, and she told me, she said, out of all her kids, my son Eric, which is Calvin Denson, she called me Eric, is the only one that know how to pat himself on the back. He needs no one to pat him on the back. So that's how I am here today.
So if no one else tells you good job, you can tell yourself good job.
I can tell my good self good job.
There you go. Well, Calvin, I think we should take a look at what the weather's going to be like for the book signing for the people who want to come out. Think so?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Eric, what do you got?
Hey, and if nothing else, you never know that the story that you might tell Calvin, that could end up being a story that he ends up writing. So a good idea to go meet him at Barnes & Noble tomorrow.